Thrifting ain't easy, unless you're watching me. Welcome back! You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. And all this week, it's all about the Smarty Pants Guide to the Idiot Box, going inside the think tank of some real TV debates. So don't touch that dial, or honk that horn one more second further. We're dealing with traffic in the background right now. Anyway, when you're a serious TV watcher, you're bound to make a list of the best and worst of television at some point. Like, for example, you might make a list of the top 5 hottest outfits on Dawson's Creek, which is the wild card for me. I'm not into that show. Or the top 10 dangerous criminals on Law & Order, which is my jam. SVU in particular. You're bound to make a list at some point. Then again, why should you? TV Guide may have already done it for you. Then again, your list may not match up with their list, and before you know it, you got a debate on your hands, which is a good thing. TV sparks conversation. So today, we're going to have a serious conversation about TV Guide's Book of List by the editors of the venerable TV Guide magazine. This running press publication was purchased from Value Village in Hawthorne for 75% off $3.49. From A to Z list to top 10, bottom 10, top 5, bottom 5, the 50 greatest and worst TV shows of all time, best TV moms, worst award show moments, best outfits, worst outfits, etc. You name a list, it's probably in here. Never mind that it might not match up exactly with yours. But then again, you can make your own list in the comment section below. And maybe I'll pick one of the favorites and you might win a copy of this the next time I see it. Let's get started with a random A to Z guide. Okay, not really so random, I highlighted it, but it's Desperate Housewives. Which really, again, is kind of a random thing for me. They're highly captivating and I talked about them a couple of times, but never really watched the show. From A, Anagram Fun, to Z, Ned Zenman. TV Guide journalist. And don't get me started on the stuff in between. The Golden Girls, The National Informer, The $100,000 Pyramid, Peyton Place, and There Won't Be Trumpets. It's a Stephen Sondheim composition. A lot of episodes in that show are named after songs obscure and well-known. People who have won multiple awards. They either won all 4 major awards, an Oscar, an Emmy, a Tony, and a Grammy, which really is an EGOT, exactly Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony, or combos of 3 of the 4, Oscar, Emmy, Tony, Grammy, or, well, you get the drift. I can't really see that up close here, with this light ink underlined on the, people who have won. The light text underneath the bold text, sorry. But you get the drift. They're a select group of individuals in the most prestigious category. 10 things you didn't know about The Amazing Race. Again, another random thing for me, because I'm not much into The Amazing Race, but I bought the DVD board games, so I guess this is kind of like your Amazing Race aperitif, if you will. Number 1, there are 4 people per team, 2 contestants, and a cameraman and sound tech. Number 10, strangers on the street order Phil Kogan, to eliminate them. Really? I think it's up to Phil or the show's producers. You know how reality show producers can be, right? These are the top 10 punked pranks. Punked! A childhood favorite of mine with Ashton Kutcher and Celebrity Company. We never talked about that before, but I bought Punked Season 1 on DVD, so consider this another aperitif. Number 1, Justin Timberlake as the victim. Number 10, Nick Lachey as the victim. And from 1 to 10, they talk about the setup, the priceless moments, and the best quotes from these punk pranks. Next up, TV's top female cops. This has really no specific number range here, so we just go from number 1, Detective Olivia Benson on Law & Order Special Victims Unit A. That's Captain Olivia Benson to you, TV Guide. Now, anyway. to number 10, Officer Stacy Sheridan had a locklear on TJ Hooker? Okay, I didn't know that the bad girl in Melrose Place was once a cop. Go figure. And the Smarty Pants, according to Alias, the sexiest Smarty Pants in the history of teen sitcoms, Spencer Hastings, Troy Belisario. Troy will become a cop on Call on Amazon Prime Video. Just so you know, if you already watched. These are the biggest moments from Entertainment Tonight. Celebrating its 25th year at the time, co-host Mary Hart and company revealed their top 10 stories. One of them would be the end of Friends. Saying cheers to Cheers and sayonara to Seinfeld, to quote Chuck Scarborough from the 11 o'clock News Channel 4 newscast, covering the end of Friends and a huge viewing party at the Tribeca Drive-In Theater. Anyway, the end of Friends truly was the end of an era, and TV Guide had a lot of coverage about Friends. Did you know that Chandler Bing's middle name was Muriel? Well, I know it now. I actually knew that way before I got this. As a Friendsologist in training, it's required to know certain things about Friends from the ground up. At least basic level knowledge. Like Janice being the originator of "Oh my God!" being shouted in dramatic fashion to the roaring laughter and applause from the live studio audience. That's just basic knowledge. Here now are the 50 greatest cartoon characters of all time. From Bugs Bunny, number 1, to Tom and Jerry sharing dead last place. Number 9 is SpongeBob, a TSR champion around here. 33, Tweety and Sylvester sharing that spot. From Gerald McBoing Boing to Scooby-Doo, and from the Powerpuff Girls all the way to Charlie Brown and Snoopy. And some honorable mentions in this blue square here. Bender from Futurama, Blue of Blue's Clues, and my boy, Stewie Griffin of Family Guy. Blast the vile TV Guide for not including him in the list. At least he gets an honorable mention. The 50 greatest shows of all time. This is probably one of the most important lists in here. From number 1, Seinfeld, all the way to number 50, Bewitched. With honorable mentions including 24, The Amazing Race as you just mentioned, The Office, The West Wing, Gilmore Girls, and The Daily Show. Friends ranks number 21. I guess kind of fitting. That's kind of a 21 and over show, but teens and young adults have binge-watched this with the same rapt attention and admiration. We also have The Oprah Show and Buffy the Vampire Slayer and The Late Phil Donahue. Comedy, sitcoms, news magazines, they're all in here. Next, TV's most magical wishes. They moved up a list of the 10 best room jockeys to ever cast a spell. From the original, Elizabeth Montgomery, Samantha Stephens on Bewitched, all the way to Grandmama Addams, the Addams Family, Marie Blake. And sharing 5th place, these are my witches. Prue, Piper, and Phoebe Halliwell, and Paige Matthews, the late great Shannon Doherty, Holly Marie Combs, the love of my life, Alyssa Milano, and Willis McGowan. If you don't know, they're the Charmed ones. The Charmed coverage just never ends around here, and neither does my affection for them. You know, Piper's my girl, but Prue is a temptress. Phoebe's so fun, and I'm starting to warm up to Paige. You know, they've done a lot of coverage about Charmed too, so I appreciate their inclusion in this. And finally, celebrity couples who met on the set of certain TV shows. Like Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos of All My Children, meeting, marrying, and co-hosting winning a Daytime Emmy Award for the talk show. Mariska Hargitay and Peter Herman, yeah, the cop is sleeping with the enemy. She married the enemy! Benson marrying Trevor Langan. But they're a handsome couple, IRL. Laura Layton and Doug Savant of Melrose Place. Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now they're separated but trying to work things out. Well, that's all there is for me for these lists. There are so many more where these lists came from, but I want to highlight the list I showed you today. There are really many lists and few TV guide covers here. Whenever you see a TV guide cover, they give you a factoid you might not know about the show that's sporting the cover, like Alias here. And the smoking hot Sydney Bristow Jennifer Garner. Appropriately, you can find this cover underneath the Alias A to Z list right here. In dreams, I would marry Jennifer Garner. But that's for another day. By the way, Jennifer served the office auditioned for the role of Sydney Bristow, but she never got called back. Here's a trivia book as entertaining as the television shows it celebrates. Get lost in the greatest moments from both contemporary and classic TV. Enjoy 50 years worth of pure trivia gold. More than 150 lists that cover TV themes, episodes, stars, and even commercials. TV Guide has covered them all and now presents their favorite lists in a single fun volume. Are you curious to know the 50 greatest and worst TV shows of all time? And the number one worst TV show? The Jerry Springer Show. Really? The 25 greatest commercials and the 10 strangest moments in sports. All of this retailing $14.95 in the US. And that's the TV Guide Book of Lists. It may not have a lot of TV Guide covers, even though you see a lot of them here, so it's kind of misleading. But it has just the right covers for me. Friends and Charmed and Alias. Oh yeah. This gets the max of 5 out of 5 claps. The last thing I want is for somebody to cue up a drum roll every time I or they mention Top 10, i.e. The Late Show with David Letterman. But every TV watcher out there marches to the beat of their own drum. Inevitably, a few of those drums will roll right into the path of TV Guide, and before they know it, they'll be back in front of the tube thanks to them saying, "Wow, this is a damn fine show." You can bet I'm not through yet with this guiding light in the darkness of static. Don't touch that dial and don't honk that horn again! Because here's what's coming up next for Thursday. Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.